What's up, people? Getting ready here to go in just a second. I'm actually putting a post on the Facebook group, so I'll be there in just a second. If you're watching the live replay, you'll want to go ahead and skip forward a little bit so that way you can get to the actual questions that we go through in this. And a lot of you, we're going to cover some questions that people are asking inside of my private, or not private, but my public Facebook group that I have for people who are in the digital marketing niche. People ask questions there all the time. So we're going to go through some of those questions. And if you have them, as we go through this video, then you can feel free to obviously ask them at any time. So let me get the chat up so that way I can see you guys' questions if you guys have them. Cool. Got the chat up. I'm going to create a quick post and then we'll go ahead and get started. So live and answering questions plus a free mentorship course giveaway. Oh crap, I just pasted the link twice. I don't know why I did that. There we go. Go ahead and get that in the group. Cool. Oh, cool. Looks like Google's actually updating their stuff faster now, or at least Facebook's updating it faster with YouTube. That's good. Hey, Diane, how's it going? How are you doing today? So I'm going to let you guys go ahead and know that I'm not going to tell you when. So it's a little trick I learned, and it's a little trick you guys can do with your brands. But if you're running YouTube live events for people and you're doing giveaways, you don't necessarily want to tell them when you're going to give it away in the video. Like, you don't want to say, I'm going to give it away at the beginning of this video or at the end of this video. You might say something like, we're going to give it away in this video. So you have to watch to kind of figure out when we're going to actually give it away, right? So that way you get people watching. Mona Wales, hello. Elias, hello. I'm doing pretty good, Diane. I actually met up with a viewer. A viewer hit me up and actually, and I want to talk to you guys about this because people always ask me, and I'm not saying that like I'm not asking for you guys to necessarily do this. There's multiple ways to get involved with people, but if you want something that's going to catch someone's attention, that's what I will say, then you have to take this approach. If you're really wanting to talk to an influencer, if you're really wanting to talk to someone who you can get some advice from, or someone local near you, or even, a potential client. If you're looking to find potential clients, offer to take them to dinner. If you're super serious, if you know they need your help and you know that you can potentially get them to work with you, take them to dinner. Offer to take them to dinner. Somebody sent me a message and they were like, hey, a lot of you might know him. His name is Albert Baez, I think is how you would say his last name. It's like B-A-E-Z or B-E-A-Z, one of those. But I'm pretty sure that's how you say his last name. But he was the one who actually hit me up. He sent me a message and he said, hey, Fogo de Chao on me, which Fogo de Chao is a restaurant in Atlanta. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it is a Brazilian steakhouse. I'm sure they have locations elsewhere, but Brazilian steakhouse, it's like $50 a person just for the meal, but it's phenomenal. Like, it's all you can eat, really good steak, and they cut it off and bring it to you at the table. You get as much as you want. But anyways, he hit me up and asked me if I wanted to go. So I was like, heck yeah, like, I love steak. And especially if you give me all you can eat, like, that's my favorite food. Steak. Y'all want to meet up with me? Offer me a dope steak meal. We'll hit it up. But no, I'm serious. If you're trying to get in touch with someone like that, or if you're trying to really, catch someone's attention, instead of saying, hey, let's go get coffee, do something more serious, do something more out of the box. The things that are out of the box, if you're trying to get clients and you're not doing things that are, outside of the normal things that they're used to seeing, then you're going to that spam folder, whether that's email or Facebook or whatever. They're not going to, and even a metaphorical spam filter, meaning they're just not going to pay attention to you because you're not giving them anything that means anything to them, right? So let's get into this, what we're going to do today. I'm actually going to share my screen. So as I mentioned, Mark Neasy, what's going on? Fabian, what's going on, bro? Got second meeting tomorrow morning. You will update me, keep me posted for sure. I definitely want to hear how that goes. Send me a message on Facebook or something like that. Let me know how it goes. But what I want to get to is some questions you guys have Chauncey says he's watching from Nairobi, Kenya. Heck yeah. We're global now. It's really cool. I love seeing people from other countries that tune in and watch this. I actually, surprisingly, have a lot of people from like Asia and India, just all over Asia, really. But it's crazy. I never expected to reach out that far and to get people from all these different places, but it's really cool to see it kind of grow in that regard. But let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to hop into the private Facebook group so y'all will not have to look at my face anymore. Let me see here. Okay, cool. So if you haven't been here already, this is something you're going to want to check out. All right. Sheldon's here from Trinidad and Tobago. Damn. Toronto, Canada. God, we got the world here. What's up, guys? Your channel has helped me so much when I started out. Mona, I'm glad I could help. Honestly, again, that's what I do this for. I do it for you guys because I enjoy seeing and making an impact in y'all's lives and helping you start to make money and realize that entrepreneurship just isn't some easy game. You know, this is taking me years and years and years. Oh, well, yeah. Hang on, Diane. There you go. Oh, God, it's everywhere. Never mind. This is dumb. I can't get rid of it. Yeah, it's too much me sometimes. But anyways, oh, cool. We got North Korea. We got Tunisia. Man, that's crazy. I love seeing all these different locations. But anyways, guys, we're going to get into this. I want to go through the questions that you guys have. And again, if you haven't seen this group yet, it is my open public group on Facebook, Serial Entrepreneur, SMMA, and Digital Marketing Agency Help Group. We have, I think, like 1,400 members now. This doesn't actually, oh, wait, that's the wrong one. 1,348. It might be more than that because this one always takes forever to update. If I look at it on my phone, it's actually more. We got Connecticut here too. But really cool. So if you guys are looking for a help group, this is the one. This is where you can update questions, and I'm still responding. There are 1,300 people in this group, and you can see I'm still, like, I even posted something today. I try to respond to just about everybody's posts. So just make sure that you get in here. Sometimes it takes me a couple days to respond because, you know, there's a lot I have going on with trying to keep up with everybody. But, you know, eventually I do get here. So what I wanted to do, though, was go through this group. And if you guys have questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat because there's about 20 of you watching right now. So, again, please feel free to leave questions in the chat if you guys have something specific. And I'm going to, you know, scroll back through and get to them. But what I do want to go through is some of these questions that people ask on here that people have about digital marketing or social media marketing. And because a lot of them are general questions that you guys need help with. How's it going? Yo, Kirby, what's going on? Jordan, what's going on? Mark Neasy says he's buying it tomorrow. Dude, do it, man. It's definitely worth it. I'm telling you. Everyone in here will tell you. Jordan says course is A1. And that's not Jordan me. My last name isn't Steen. My last name is Steen. Just want y'all to be clear on that. So Jordan Dice, but he's been getting at it. He messages me on a regular basis. He leaves comments, stuff like that. So get involved and you can get the help you need to get there. But anyways, so let's go through some of these questions that people have. The first one being right over here. I'm updating myself on my, I don't need those updates, but they still send them to me because I apparently am subscribed to my messenger list. But Sen McQuire asked, does anyone know how to upload an email list into Facebook for ad targeting? I have the CSV file. So I wanted to go into this because it is actually pretty easy. All you actually have to do is basically what he's talking about here, he's creating a custom audience inside of Business Manager on Facebook. Okay. So what that means, oh crap, my mouse just died. Hang on one sec. Let me plug it in. All right. So you there? Okay. So he says, does anyone know how to upload that email list? Again, he's creating a custom audience. So if you're looking to create a custom audience, what does that mean? It means you have people that you already have their email addresses and you're going to try to match them up with Facebook's database and see if they, you know, have those people's email addresses as well. And what it allows you to do is remarket to them on Facebook, right? So what I told him was, yep, it tells you the parameters to upload on the upload screen. So when you get into custom audiences, you'll actually click, you know, custom audience, and then you will select upload a customer file. And when it pulls up, it'll bring up the screen and tell you all the parameters that you have to meet. It'll tell you what you need to name the files. So let me show you guys what I mean. Basically, I'm going to create a quick little template. Sorry, don't mind the pictures. That's all for the BuzzFeed article and stuff. But so what it would look like is if you're trying to upload an email list to Facebook, you would do something like first name, last name. And you have to have these parameters up here at the top to match the exact ones that Facebook has. All right, so that way the upload list goes in the right way. And it collects, Facebook basically looks at the top heading of the column and says, okay, this is for first names. And then it looks for the person's first name, and then email address will be the last one. And those are usually the only ones you really need to get that person's information. You don't even necessarily need both first name and last name as long as you have an email address or a phone number. The other details just help it get more specific. So the more information you have, the more likely that person or Facebook is able to match that person specifically. So this is a really great question. All you have to do, again, is match the parameters and then upload that CSV file to that custom audience on Facebook, and then you're set. It'll take some time for them to cross-analyze and find those people and see if they actually have an account on Facebook with that email address or with that phone number, but that's basically it. So, and yeah, Mark Neasy. So really, I mean, that's the thing, dude. The Facebook custom audiences, those are the audiences that are the most important because those are how you remarket people. When I'm actually going to a conference in Atlanta, actually in about a month. I finished up my presentation today. I'll give you guys a little preview of that. Right here, I'm actually speaking on converting audiences. If anybody wants to help me out with this PowerPoint and is really good at PowerPoints, let me know, because I'm not the best at adding I'm not a designer by any means, but this is my PowerPoint that I'm going to go through at this conference. I'm speaking in front of 2,000 to 3,000 marketing executives. I get to mingle with the executives or owners of Netflix. I'll actually show it to you really quick while I have you, because if you guys are in the Atlanta area or Southeast, you're going to want to check this out. And they're raising the prices for tickets here pretty soon. I know they sent me an email mentioning it. It's right here on the site. Price increasing, advanced registration, offer good. But if you guys are in the Southeast, you're definitely going to want to check this out. This is 2,000 to 3,000 people in the digital marketing space who actually, they're executives, they're high level people who are involved with businesses. This is one of the best networking opportunities you can get. And if you're becoming an expert in your niche, but you can see I get to mingle with Dan Pink. He's I believe he's one of the creators of Netflix, Ben Moores from Google, Lisa Dunning from Airbnb. All of these are big people that I get to speak with. So if you guys, I'll click this view all speakers button and you guys can see me right here. Yay, I get to speak here. So it's really, really cool. It's my first big event and I'm pretty excited about it. But you guys are able to come too, and they're still selling tickets for it. Usually they have about 2,000 to 3,000 people. So Mark Neasy, yes, this will be uploaded. We upload all of our lives. I don't leave it up for 4 seconds and then take it away. I leave it up for people to rewatch because I know you guys have stuff you got to do too. But appreciate you hopping on while you could. Let me see here. Where do I start and how much? Sam Allen, we have a link below. All you have to do is actually, I'll show it to you really quick. This is the video right here. If you're watching this, right, you just scroll down and you see where it says Serial Entrepreneur Academy. The digital marketing school is here. We have our marketing agency Padawan. This is what we're giving away tonight. At some point, we're going to give away one mentorship course, and we're going to do this every single week. All right, we're going to do one course every week. So you guys make sure you come back for live events if you want to get in. So you get your first month free. You don't get it free forever, obviously, but you get your first month free, which gives you access to, I think, 12 training videos that we've done in the past. Plus you get 4 live video trainings with me, right? So after that, you will have to pay for it, which it's only $100 a month, but we'll talk about that, if you want to continue from there. But we're giving away one of those. If you want that, that's where it's at. So let me get back over here and all right. So yeah, I'm speaking at this. If you guys want to go, I don't make any money off of this. I'm just letting you know it's a really great networking opportunity. This is the pricing. It is rather expensive. It was a lot cheaper, but as time goes on, they raise the price, and it's actually, I think, about to go up to $595. And it's because so many people buy it out. But they have master classes, they have trainings, they have keynote speakers, they have all kinds of stuff. I get access to all this, but you guys can get access to all this too, where they have a cocktail hour at the end of every day. It's a 3-day event, I believe. So I'll show you kind of the agenda too, in case you guys are interested in coming. But here's the thing, they do 18 of these events all across the US. Okay, so if you're looking to get into one of these events and you're not in the Atlanta area or in the Southeast, you can definitely check this event out. Just type Digital Summit in your area and it'll pull up probably the closest one to you. But you can see they have these masterclass trainings, they have workshop trainings, then they have keynote speakers from all of these big time digital marketers. You can see we're right here. And then we have day 2, which is a bunch of other speakers, and then the cocktail hours and stuff like that. Lunch is provided, everything, closing reception, really cool stuff here. But I get to mingle with all these big time guys and you can actually get access to them too. So it's a really cool event. Let's go into get back to the questions. Sorry guys, I got off on a little bit of a tangent. I get excited about this kind of stuff. I've been wanting to go to this since I first got in digital marketing. And I've never actually had the money to pay for it. And this year I actually get to go for free. So it's pretty sweet. Subscribe to your channel yesterday. Awesome content. Daniel, I'm glad you liked it, man. Just make sure you're checking back regularly to stay on top of everything. How often do you go to conferences, and of the ones you go to, how often do you speak? Jordan, I actually just got into speaking. So to do the speaking, you have to really set your foot into the teaching space first and, becoming an expert in your area. And I hadn't shown, outwardly that I was an expert in my niche. So that's kind of what the last year and a half was spent doing. And now we're reaching out to more events. We were trying to get into Social Media Day in Jacksonville this year. Unfortunately, we didn't get to because we were a little late, but we're already set up to go for 2019. So that'll be fun. But we're looking for all kinds of events all across the Southeast. So we're really looking for anywhere in the US. I was going to start with the Southeast, but I don't have any problem going anywhere in the US. So if you guys have any events that you think I could speak at, and you think I could apply for, and it's in we have enough time to plan for it, shoot them over my way. I'm definitely interested in finding out more. Let me see here. Do you ever feel like you are out of your element with Facebook ads? Sometimes, just when they're changing stuff up, because it makes it difficult to, when you're trying to run an agency and then do your personal brand and then keep up with trends and you're not making, $1 million a month yet, it gets kind of difficult to deal with it all yourself. But that's why it helps to stay constantly involved. So by me doing my course and my online brand, it kind of forces me to continually educate myself, whether I want to or not, because I have to create content for you guys too. So by doing that, I have to stay on top of all of the new trends and everything going on. So it can definitely make you feel out of your element, especially if you're not used to it. But I've been doing it so long that not too much has changed. It's kind of basically always the same. There's just little tweaks that they make or new additions that they add on. Where can I get your audit template? Came across it yesterday, but I can't seem to find it. Daniel, if you go to my digital marketing audit template video, if you look in the description, there is a link for that free download. You can get it there. Derek Sells, what's going on, buddy? Or Derek. I don't know why I thought there were two Dereks. Daniel. I thought, okay, my bad. Do you have a mentor or mastermind group that you attend? I don't currently have one that I attend, just because I actually was talking about this to a couple of my students the other day. But basically, I was asking them if they had any speaking opportunities. These are viewers and students in the Atlanta area, so I'm trying to get involved with more of those for sure. Is it possible to get SEO clients just doing email? SEO clients just doing email, and if so, how should I structure the? Oh, okay. So you're saying email, like emailing the business owners to get SEO clients. You can't do it with just email. I mean, you can definitely reach out via email, but I still prefer to use like Facebook messaging because that's where business owners are and people are comfortable there. And as long as you do it the right way and you're not super intrusive, you're not going to push people away. So sorry, I had to take a sip there. But yeah, you can definitely get SEO clients from home, or, sending out emails or phone calling, or, setting up online video chats. That's a new thing. If you have a younger audience that you're trying to target, or someone is more likely to be technologically savvy, like a IT company or something like that, you can even request to do video calls, and they're totally cool with doing that because they know that it saves time and money. People who are energy efficient or aware, rather, those people are great to work with because they don't require you to come in and meet in person if you offer to do a video chat type of situation. So one thing I would like for you guys to do for me, and this just kind of, if I'm helping you and you guys find that I'm valuable at all, or my content is valuable at all, one thing I would ask, it would be a huge favor for me and only make me love you more, if you could hit that like button for me. And the only reason why is because, again, it helps other people see this content. And I love when new viewers come on and get help that they need and get the information they need. So throw a like down there. All the comments are definitely much appreciated. That definitely helps people see this video, but definitely throw a like down there as well if this has helped you at all. Let me see. Jordan Dice says, gotcha, very cool. Congrats. Yeah, thanks, man. It's definitely exciting. I can't wait to go. It's on May 23rd. That's the day I'm speaking. So I'm pretty pumped. Looking to get into speaking myself one day. Derek, I definitely see you do it. We got to work on your ums. And, with a live event, that's a little different. None of this is planned, but if you have a video that you're shooting, I love you, buddy. But, I struggled with it too when I first started shooting. I won't lie. If you look back at some of my videos, you won't notice it because I sat there when I first got into editing videos, and I was actually sitting there cutting out the ums and just taking out the gaps where I would say or and having to edit up that much. But there would just be like 100 little splices in my videos because I had to take out that many ums when I first started. You don't realize it, but you have to watch yourself over and over again, and you start to realize all the flaws that you have when you speak. I booked my first pitch in social media marketing yesterday. I will sit down with the owner on Saturday. Nervous. What do you advise? It's a restaurant. The biggest thing that I advise for a restaurant is to, number one, or not a restaurant, but just for any business, this is the first meeting that you're having, right? Or is it your first pitch or your first meeting with them? Because if it's your first meeting, then you're already doing it wrong. So let's talk about that. So write a comment in there and let me know what you mean specifically, and we'll get to that. What percentage of digital package can be for ad spend? Alexander, what I typically do now is I actually do the marketing budget separate from the ad spend. It's the first meeting, so you're not trying to pitch them anything, Daniel. Let me get to you in a sec. But basically, the ad budget and the management are completely separate. And so you have to understand that to do the management, you charge them for the posting, the content creation, all of that. Then the ad management you add on top. And so I usually only work with someone if they're willing to spend at least $500. $300 just isn't enough to run a marketing budget on Facebook. And really $500 is hard to work with. I've started actually increasing my ad budget price to where, I'm not going to, at some point here in the future, I'm not going to be willing to work with someone unless they're willing to spend $1,000 a month on Facebook ads, at least Facebook and Instagram combined even. So, it just kind of depends on that business. But overall, you want to charge a management fee for the content creation, the scheduling, all of that. And then you do a management fee from the ad spend itself. So if you say, okay, we're going to charge you $1,000 a month to create content and post for Instagram and Facebook, and we're going to charge you another $1,000, or we're going to spend another $1,000 on Facebook ads. So a total of $2,000, right? Well, what I would do from there is take the $1,000 that they have for ad budget, and you actually take out a percentage from that. So you do, anywhere from 20 to 30% is usually industry average. So I usually, with a new customer, will start off with 20%. Just to get them in the door and keep them happy. But 20%, so you would say out of the $1,000, that $200 actually goes towards management. So in total, out of that $2,000 spend, you have $1,200 worth of management fees, and then you have $800 that's going on to ad spend. Make sense? But Daniel, you said it's the first meeting. So here's the first thing you need to understand. If you're going into meeting number one, you better not try to sell them anything. The only thing you're going in there to do is to provide them value. And this is where so many people mess up. They go into the meeting and they try to sell them something directly, or they try to say, oh yeah, we can do that with my agency. You're not trying to talk about that. You talk about that by exemplifying value, or by showing them value. And what I mean by that is give them practical information. So if you go in there, and before you go in there, you should do research about their business. So we can actually do it right now. Type the business name in there and I'll show you guys how I would, prepare for this first meeting. We'll do that right here. If you don't mind putting that out there, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. No one's going to steal your client, I don't think. I mean, you're going to meet with them Saturday, so that'd be kind of hard for them to do that. They'd be like, no, we're already meeting with someone. Anyways, if you feel comfortable with that, Daniel, put that business in there, and I'll do a quick research study to show you guys what I do to look for a business, before I talk with that business. what is your topic for the speech you are giving? It's actually, oh, that's what I was going to show you. So it's on Facebook ad funnels. So we're talking about creating high converting sales funnels using Facebook ads. So this is what we have so far. And then we go through our ad funnel example with them. But yeah, that's that. Where were we at? Let's get back here. And again, guys, if you haven't seen, this is the free mentorship, or not free mentorship. This is the free, help group for digital marketing. Again, that is in the description below. If you look under where Get Social with Serial Entrepreneur, under that, the very bottom, you'll see free digital marketing help group. This is in the description of this video. So look under, again, the section that says Get Social with Serial Entrepreneur. You'll see free digital marketing help group under that. And you can join that group over here so that way you can get answers to your questions at any time instead of just when I do a live video. Super helpful, right? But are there other people giving niche specific talks? Yes, there's tons of people. You have to have something niche specific. They don't let you just go in there and talk about, well, some people do, but those are the high level people, like the owner of Netflix. He's going to have a high level talk, strategy talk probably. But if you're, lower on the totem pole, you basically give a niche specific talk. Hidipo, what's going on, man? Joining from Namibia, Africa. I'm not really sure which. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Do I set up meetings when I do door to door, or do I talk to the manager if not busy? And do I have to give audits to all the companies I go to? So what I would say to this is, yes, you set up meetings when you go door to door. If the manager is not busy, you can definitely talk to them, but that doesn't mean that they're the decision maker. You need to find the owner of the business, or the head honcho, the CEO. So if that manager is the manager, they better have some pull or some decision making behind the marketing budget. Otherwise, you're wasting their time. You're pitching to the wrong person. Don't waste your time pitching to the wrong person. And do I have to give audits to all companies I go to? No, you don't have to give all of them an audit, but you want to give them some sort of value. So maybe it's a strategy session that you go over with them. It just has to be valuable. Something valuable has to be done there. Sam Mallon says, what do you recommend for a large commercial landscaping firm? Commercial landscaping, I would probably say that you're going to want to go on LinkedIn, and then you can also even include some Facebook advertising and target business owners in the landscaping area, or not in the, but I would say like real estate or contracting space or construction space who might need to work with a landscaper, right? That one's a little more, personally, I don't like working B2B jobs. It's just not my favorite area to get into, but a lot of B2B does deal with making sure that people get other businesses involved, right? They're dealing with businesses as opposed to normal consumers. So you have to keep that in mind when you create the strategy. They need to rank high for SEO. So that's a big thing, because when other contractors go out there and they look for a landscaping firm commercially, they're looking for someone who's going to show up. They're going to do search on Google, right? That's going to be the first thing that VP or that person in charge of that project does. So you want to keep in mind who their audience is and how they're going to perform searches. Social media is not going to be a huge thing for them. And a lot of the time with B2B, it's not a huge focus on social media. It's social media for B2B type companies is usually more branding related and showing that they do community service, stuff like that. Any advice for business that offer luxury services, rental cars, jet charters, yachts, etc.? Well, Fabian, the biggest thing about that is if it's luxury services, then you are showing an appeal. That's it. You're trying to appeal to people, meaning that you need to tell the story of that brand. That's it. And then create ads through those stories, right? So get people interested, get them involved, show them really cool videos, show them really cool parties that are going on, whatever. And then once you get them, engaged with that, make sure you're targeting the right audiences too. Don't target people who make $5,000 a year, right? You want to target the people who can afford it. So make sure you understand the audience, understand keywords, understand the marketing strategy that goes behind that, and then create a really cool, engaging experience for that. So if you're not a creative person, then find a creative director type person, someone who has more of a creative mindset to help you with that type of stuff. When trying to get more clients when trying to get new clients, what's more effective? Emails, cold calling, creating audits? What should I do more of? Landy, what I would say when you're trying to get new clients, the biggest thing for me is networking, getting out there and meeting people, because people buy from people, okay? They don't buy from robots, they buy from people, meaning they have to know you, they have to trust you, especially with something like this. This is a huge commitment and a huge investment for them, especially if it's a small or medium-sized business. So again, I always recommend meetings, getting out there. You guys haven't seen this guy, and he and I are doing some content together. You might have actually posted already. His name is Mark Gaheda. I think that's how you pronounce. I'm really bad at pronouncing names, but it's Mark Gaheda. If you guys haven't seen him, Mark himself on YouTube, check that out. I'll type it in the chat. Mark himself. I'm pretty sure that's his handle right there for YouTube. But this guy is the perfect example of what getting out and networking does. He does a lot more video on his networking events and stuff like that. But you're going to want to check him out for sure, because he doesn't really sell a course or anything, but when it comes to networking, he gets it. And that's why he and I get along really great, because that's how I like to get out there. And just meet people and help them, because the more you help them and meet them, the more, like, I get people who bring me new business on a regular basis because I've helped them in some way with their business, and that's all they've asked for. So I really recommend networking. But with regards to what you're asking specifically, I would say audits are going to work, but I would also add Facebook messaging in here, finding out the business owner or going directly to the Facebook business page and doing that. All right, Daniel. So we're going to do a live example here. If you guys want to see how I perform research before the first meeting, that's what we're actually going to do right here. All right, so let me find this business really quick, and I will show you guys what I would do. So first thing, I'm going to go, oh God, do they not have a Facebook page? Please tell me they have a Facebook page. Did you spell it right? Venara's Pizza. Let me type it in a search bar. Benari's Pizza. Do they? I'm really hoping they have a Facebook page. Is this a brand new company? Just because here's my only thing. And this is, I'm a very honest and straightforward person. So I just want to be straight up with you, Daniel. If this is a one-shop stop type of place, it's not going to be something you want to put your time into. And let me give you a reason why. I'm still going to go through what I would do and what I would say I might do a different business. But what I want to let you know is, if a business doesn't have the budget, you can sit there and promise the world to them. And even if you're one of the best marketers out there, if they don't have a budget to work with, it is going to be super, super difficult, especially since there are thousands of pizza restaurants out there. So it's hard to make this business separate itself from other pizza restaurants when they're new and don't really have a track record. So I'm not sure, but from what I'm seeing, it looks like they don't really have much that I can, that I would say would lead me to believe that they are making enough to afford your services. If you're doing the minimum $1,500 a month, which is really what I recommend, that includes a $500 ad spend. That's what I would say. I'm still going to give you guys an example. Can we get that PowerPoint online? Also try making a PowerPoint on the website template instead. That way it has all the animation and looks super impressive. Mono whales, I'm not really sure, but you could also have it be accessed through email for everyone who showed up and wants to see it at home. And you get their email. Also, the site can be made free and can be used offline if kept open. I use Wix. So I do plan on having basically a template, or not a template, but like a funnel at the end of the PowerPoint. I'm going to go and put in a link. It's going to be like bit.ly/free Facebook funnel, something that they can easily remember or write down really quickly. So they will have access, so that way I can get emails. Trust me, we're definitely going to capitalize on the emails. Let's see if I haven't seen anything back yet from Daniel. But guys, basically what you have to understand though is right here, this already tells me like they have a basic website. I can't find anything on Facebook about them. Let me see if it's maybe that apostrophe S that's throwing it off. Is that in Maryland? Oh, okay, here we go. They have different logos, so that's not good. Yeah, they definitely need to get stuff updated. If this is the same place, they have 21 reviews. So I don't know. It just depends. If they can afford, if the business owner is comfortable, and this is what I say, if the business owner is comfortable with spending at least $1,500 a month for 3 months, even if he doesn't see the return immediately, then this might be a possible opportunity for you. But that's even still, it's very difficult to do this with one restaurant. That's why when I talk about restaurants, if you look at any of the times where I talk about restaurants, I always say that they need to have at least 2 to 3 locations. 2 if they're a high dollar restaurant, 3 if they're not. Okay. So, and that's what really makes it affordable. Outside of that, most restaurants can't afford it if it's just one place. And you might be able to do it for free, but even still, as I always say, I don't recommend working for free when you can go to Upwork and get the practice that you want and get paid to do it. So that's just my opinion. Let me get to some other stuff though. And then we'll go through an example of another business and what I would do. Because I just did all this training with my sales rep earlier. Hey, Jordan, I've been following you for the past couple of weeks. I run a creative web agency part-time. What's your suggestions to increase client work to become more full-time? Creative web agency, I'm guessing that means you do web design. If so, I mean, you just need to find new leads, which means you need to get out there and talk to business owners who need websites. And that's easy. Get in the doctor niche or real estate niche. There's tons of real estate agents and doctors. Find small businesses. They're going to be a pain in the ass to work for at first, but it will get you a ton of new business in the door. And they will start to recommend you as long as you do a good job, because everybody needs a website nowadays. You see tons of people buying a website and then they try to do it themselves and they mess up trying to make it. So that's basically what I would say there. So what I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to show you what is Global Tan? This is a business we're about to approach in Michigan. My sales rep lives in Michigan, and she knows the owners of this company. They have, I think it's like 5 or 6 locations. So I'm going to kind of show you guys what I would do to prepare for the first meeting with this company. Because that's the thing, you have to approach the first meeting the right way. And this is where so many people mess up and they don't even get the second meeting because you didn't do right on the first meeting. So let me get through the rest of these really quick and then I'll show you what I do for this. Yo, what's up, everybody? Andy, what's going on? Hey, Jordan. Okay, yep. Alexander Tan. Mark is the man. Yeah, he is. He's a really cool guy. All right, last question for a while. If you're selling electronics online, things such as laptops, regular computers, and iPhones, this is done through e-commerce site. What would the most effective platform to begin with, and if you don't mind the ones following after? Things such as laptops, regular computers, so desktops, regular computers. That's funny. And iPhones. So if you're doing this at an online store, that's like a resale store, so you're not really selling your own brand, right? So that's going to be a little bit different if you're like a reseller store. I haven't worked with any resellers like that. Like usually if people resell products, they have their own brand attached to it, right? This is not really your own brand. You're selling other products, other product lines through your own brand. And I'm guessing that you're not selling like new plans for iPhones. So people are going to know it's resell. But I would say that, social media campaigns can be a strong thing because you can find people, you can target people who own a specific kind of phone and, try and sell them, let them know that you're a one-stop shop for people who need quick and cheap phones or something like that, or a replacement phone without having to spend $800 at Verizon. An email marketing campaign to follow all of that up is going to be super strong as well. Because you want to make sure that you stay in touch with those people who, were interested in your product or service or promotion or whatever you were trying to give away. Then obviously after that, you're going to want to look for increasing their SEO, all of that stuff, because they need to show up in search engine results. I wouldn't say too much with pay-per-click. You can definitely do that down the line. If they're starting to spend, $15,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month, that would be good. But outside of that, I wouldn't go too much. I don't know. I haven't worked with a company like that before. That's a little bit out of my element, but that would be my best guess right there. But that's why I spend a lot of time researching and trying to figure out what's going to work first. So you might want to look at maybe what some other resellers are doing. And I know resellers exist a lot at malls and stuff like that. So maybe see if you can find like a national reseller. How much do you typically charge for video production in your packages, for example, like commercial or promo vid, or does it depend on what type of video it is? Fabian, it definitely depends whether this is a 30-second promo or if it's a 5-minute explainer or 15-minute explainer or 30-minute how-to video. You know, it just kind of depends on what type of video you're charging for. So what I recommend to you is look up average videographer rates and then average video editor rates in your area and see what people are charging, and then take that into consideration. You'll probably want to mark it up a little more because you need to make a profit. And if you're going to hire someone, that means you're going to pay that person what that rate is plus your markup, right? You have to make some money. So you would take that service and mark it up from there. Also, that pizza place might be a good one to do for free if it's your first client, just to get a case study. People love proof. Jordan, yes, that is true. You guys need to find a way to get proof. But again, that's why I recommend doing it on Upwork, because you can get paid and you have proof when people leave you a good review. Would love if you could live audit my band, Mono Whales. I would faint. Maybe one day, Mono Whales. I can't say that I can do that in this video. Audits take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, at least doing it live, because I've tried to record these. And every time I try to record it, since I'm doing explanations and stuff, it takes me much longer to do it than it does if I just sit here and do it when I'm not on camera. Justin Roll, what's up, man? Glad to see you here as always. Well, maybe the free advice wasn't so great. Yeah, I don't know. That's just me. I don't personally prefer to do free. I like working for money. So good. Glad I'm watching this. Sam Allen, my clients are all B2B. Where do I get training for this niche? I would find Sam Allen. I would find people who are expert at, well, you can definitely, okay. So there's two things here. Number one, I'm not what you would call an expert at LinkedIn marketing, but a lot of the practices and marketing principles are the exact same. LinkedIn has retargeting capabilities just like Facebook does. So you can actually you can take my Facebook ads campaign or Facebook ads funnel and literally just take it and apply it to your LinkedIn marketing campaign. You can build a LinkedIn marketing funnel or ad funnel. But as far as getting the most bang for your buck out of learning LinkedIn, there's probably some LinkedIn specific courses. So I would just do a search on Google for LinkedIn marketing training. I don't have one in particular that I can recommend. I could tell you that LinkedIn isn't on my top list of things to master because there are a lot of other things that are more important with businesses that I work on. Andy asks if I'm a Falcon fan, and yes, I am. Fortunately, I'm not able to watch the the draft at this moment, like you guys probably are, but it's okay. I'll do some catching up later. But Sam Allen, here's the biggest thing though. We do teach SEO. We do teach PPC. And those are big time players for people who do B2B. Also email marketing, which we also teach that. You have to have strong email marketing with B2B. So we do teach 3 of those concepts that they do use. I just don't teach too much about LinkedIn specifically. But LinkedIn has, I'm sure there are people out there creating courses for that as well. Yeah, it's an electronic recycling place that sells refurbished equipment. The company already does $5,000 plus daily on their website. That's really good. Andy, my course is $399 at Serial Entrepreneur Academy. If you look in the description below, you can find that link down there. Just write down, it says Serial Entrepreneur Academy. Right below that, find Digital Marketing School and click that link. You can go there and get signed up today. Get your journey going. Man, how long have we been going? We've been going for 43 minutes. I'll go for another 15. I got it in me, as long as you guys are willing to do it. Oh yeah, I got to show you guys this example. So let me show you what I would do for Global Tan over here and how I would prepare for this first meeting, because I'm sure this is why you guys are sticking around. And then after I do that, I'm going to give away that one mentorship program to somebody who wants free mentorship. So I'm going to ask a question about what I'm going through right here. So I need you guys to pay attention. Not right here, right here. What I'm about to go through, I'm going to ask a question on this later on in this video, okay? And if you're able to answer it correctly and you're the first one to answer, then I'm going to give that person access to the mentorship course for free for their first month. All right? So what I would do is when I come in here, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open up all of their pages. So I'm going to get this open. Let me see. Do they have, oh yeah, that's right. They don't have anything. Let me find, a new window and get on their Instagram. There we go. All right. So this is the first thing I do. I get their website open, at least their Facebook and Instagram page open. To be honest, I don't really care too much about Twitter. I will look at it eventually, but I don't really, jump straight into Twitter. These are the two most important ones plus this, and then I'll check and see if they have a YouTube. But you can usually tell from their first two pages if they have a YouTube channel or not, and most businesses don't. So now that we're here, what I'm going to look at is I'm going to do like a mini audit, right? I'm going to kind of, if I go to the meeting with them, I'm definitely going to take in an audit. So that way I have something to actually show them, something visual for them to keep and to give them advice and tips. But what I'm going to look at is I'm going to say, okay, where are their problem areas? Because that's what I'm going to want to focus on in this meeting, right? You don't want to go in there and talk about a bunch of stuff that they don't care about. You want to focus on things that they know are troubling them right now, right? So what I want to come here and I'm going to look at their page and I'll see what kind of posts they're putting, and check out what kind of engagement they're getting. And the funny thing is we're going to check and see, and it'll probably be like, if I went to some of these girls' pages, I would bet you some of them probably work there, if not the majority of them work there. Another way to tell is to look on here and say, okay, look at just some of the names on here and then click another post where you have 9 like this and see if you see a bunch of the same people. Which, yep, I saw Tanya, I saw Elizabeth. So, a lot of them are still, people who probably work there, but they are getting some engagement from other people as well. 11, 2 shares. What is this? This had 36. What was it? Buy 100 minutes, get 100 minutes free. So a pretty cool sale that they're offering. That's pretty sweet. It got 28 shares. So they're getting some engagement there. But what I can tell is they're not doing any video. Let me see if we keep going. There is a video. There's one video, but be wise, protect your eyes, watch below to find out what Julia and Leah have to share with you all. So what we could do is make this a little more enticing, and we would tell them, this is where your expert advice comes in. And said, when you go to this meeting with them, you would say, I noticed you guys were doing some video. The only thing was your background wasn't too captivating. You can tell there's a tanning bed here, but outside of that, there's nothing really eye-popping. So maybe, standing with it on or something. I don't know, just doing something different, giving them advice on where to set up their cameras so that way they get more of an experience out of their actual video. Not only that, but I can't tell if they did this live. They might not have done this live. It doesn't necessarily look like it was a live event, but they could have. But I would have told them to pre-record this, and then obviously as the marketing agency, you can come in and edit it, but you can give them a tool to use to edit it, right? So there's a ton of really cool tools out there that'll take a video and add banners to the top and text and stuff. So find a tool that works for you that you prefer. I like Wondershare. So Filmora is a tool that I use. It's like $65 for a lifetime license. And it allows you to add banners and add text and stuff like that. It's more for not advanced. It's not even intermediate. It's still at the beginner level, but if they're not tech savvy, they're going to have a hard time with it. So give them maybe a simpler app or something like that to use. But this is some of the value that I would talk about in the meeting. I would be like, look, you guys aren't, number one, you aren't posting enough video. There's nowhere near enough video here. Also, outside of that, every post that I see seems like salesy or like a lifestyle, or not lifestyle, but like a quote or something like that. It's just not engaging. There's nothing actually here. And this looks super salesy, so there's just a lot that you can do. So you could even provide them with some example templates that they can use, or provide them with some competitor social media sites that you could actually show them and say, hey, these are the ones that are actually working really well. You should, mimic this style of posting. See, this is something that's really cool, right? This is a really cool looking photo for girls who would love tanning. This is something that they would like at the very least, right? Without any ad spend whatsoever. So this is something that, maybe they could have done to make this video a little cooler, and maybe put on some of their goggles, because they're talking about goggles, right? But they didn't actually, they're worried about, looking cute and stuff like that. That's fine, but that's not what people are going to really, get into. And with 4,800 people, I would expect to have several hundred views. But views aren't everything. You have to get people clicking, and you don't even know what the view rate was, or at least I don't know what the view rate is on this video. So it could have been very low. They could have watched for 3 seconds. That's a view. right? That's not really a view. It's not really getting any conversion. Views don't necessarily mean anything, okay? But it does help add to the authority of this video and say, okay, well, maybe I should watch it. If there's 10,000 views there, it's, you know, that when people see that psychologically, they say, oh, cool. Well, that might be an interesting video, right? So I would recommend, you know, I'm going to go in there talking about how they're not doing enough video content. Here's the other thing I'm going to do. See, oh crap, I don't have it in here. Well, here's a little learning experience for you. It's on my other browser. We're going to type in Facebook Pixel Helper. You guys need to get this tool on your site, because this is like 85% of the time what I go in and teach people or tell people to get them interested in working with me. So cool, Pixel Helper has been installed. Now what this does is when you go to a website, it actually tells you if they have the Pixel installed on their website. So when we go here to Global 10, you can see this doesn't show up, right? Let me show you our website. And when we go to it, you can see we have 2 pixels installed, 3 pixels installed. It finds pixels on the website, right? So that is obviously a key indicator, you know, to you that says, okay, cool, I need to go in and talk about this and, you know, mention the fact that they're not tracking anybody who ever visits their site. All of those people who visit their site, they could be sending them, you know, remarketing, promotions, all kinds of different stuff. And they're not doing any of it. So they have this huge audience of people who have visited their site probably. You know, I would say at least, you know, 20 to 30% of those people have visited their site and they're not remarketing to any of them, right? That doesn't make sense. They have 6 locations and they're not remarketing to all those thousands of people across Michigan. So this is what we're going to go in and talk to them about when we actually do. You know, I'm having my sales rep, you know, I'm training her and getting her prepared, but, you know, she's at the point where very soon she's going to be going in there and talking about all this stuff. Next thing I'm going to do is this. All right. What is the tanning market? The tanning market is primarily female, right? You would, I mean, if anybody disagrees with me, you're just straight up wrong. The tanning market is primarily female, and they're not doing anything on Instagram. When they are, it's all promotional or quotey or, you know, nothing fun. There's no video here. They need to have tons of videos. You know, those little videos that girls post all the time where it's like little like rewinds and then fast forward and then rewind and fast forward. It's just the girl doing the same damn thing over and over and over and over and over again. They're annoying as hell, but girls love those videos. Alex, there's more than one pixel because there's more than one. It's the types of pixels you're setting up. It's the base code versus an event pixel, like a view content pixel or a lead pixel or the page view pixel. There's different types of pixels that are set up. That's why. But anyways, you get into this and they're not doing any of that, you know, cutesy type of video. So that would be something that we talk to them about. But the main point I'm trying to make is that 68% of people who use Instagram are female. 68%. And they're not focusing on Global 10, or they're not focusing on Instagram. Why would they not focus on Instagram? This doesn't make sense, right? You have a whole page that women love, like they love this platform, yet they're not trying to cater to that market. And that doesn't make sense to me. So that's what we're going to go into. We're going to start talking to them about why, you know, using Instagram is huge. When, yeah, Juxen says 68%. Wow. Yeah. That's because of the fact that it is like girls love sitting on social media more than guys do, more than the average male does. So, you know, if you find a market or a platform like this where and that's for the US. So I'm not sure if it's like that across the world, but I know that in the US for sure it's 68%. It might be even more. But if you have a female dominated industry or product or service and you're not utilizing Instagram and Instagram stories, like I could start doing this for them and within a month increase their sales by 10 to 20% just from doing Instagram story ads, because they're not taking advantage of the best platform out here to use to find women. Right. That's why this is so important. So what I'm going to do is, again, this goes back to Daniel asked a question earlier, and I told him I would do basically a walkthrough of what I would say for the first meeting. But I'm not going there trying to sell anything. I'm going in there. I'm going through what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. So here's what they're doing right. 275 reviews. That's awesome. That's really great. Now, the only issue is I don't think they're responding. So like if I go to this review, oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. Where is it? See all. If I go into this review, I can see if they're actually commenting, which it doesn't look like they're responding, or maybe they are. Nope, they're not. They're not responding. So that's the only thing. And that's another thing I would go in and talk about. It looks like they respond sometimes, but not every single time. And they need to respond every single time. good thing is they are staying on top of the negative reviews and making sure that they have, you know, or at least try to get the chance to provide a better experience. So, you know, they're doing a really great job, but these are all things that I would talk to them about. Then I'm going to, obviously, if you guys saw the website, this is atrocious. Look at this. Look at this. This is their homepage. Their homepage is their About Us page. So there's a lot of work here. In our audit, we just basically destroyed their website and said, you just need a brand new one. Like, we need to basically tear this thing down and get you a new one built, because the one that we're currently looking at is not going to sell anything. Like, look at this. This is my favorite part right here. Look at their services. Look at these services. I love this. I love this. I have to click through these to view their services. And if I'm not clicking, then I'm looking at this really small print on my phone. Like, I have to look at this on my phone. Most people are going to do this, girls especially, they're going to do this from their phone. So when it shows up, it's going to be even smaller. They're not going to be able to read any of this. This is on a big, like, this is a 24-inch desktop screen. There's no way that they're going to be able to read this if I can barely read it on a 24-inch desktop screen, right? So as you guys can see, again, you know, these are all the things that we would go in there and talk about. Obviously, the other things we're going to do, and that's basically it. You know, that's why creating the audit is so helpful, because all the audit does is it goes over everything that they're doing from a website perspective, from social media marketing perspective. You can talk about email. Obviously, they're not collecting any emails or anything like that. Another thing that we're going to talk about in our audit, which if you guys haven't seen that video, it's on my channel. Just make sure to go over there and check it out. But we're going to talk about their SEO presence, how they show up with search engines. There's so much that we're going to actually cover. So that's basically it, though, guys. When I go in to talk to them, that's the stuff I talk about in that first meeting. So here's how that kind of works. When you finish up all the free value, the information, and talking with them about, you know, what they need to do to improve, don't just tell them what they need to do to improve, but actually give them a solution. So, you know, with this, it's a little harder to give them a solution. You're just going to tell them, look, you know, it looks like you guys might have tried to build this yourself, which, you know, for doing it yourself, it does look really great, since you have no web development experience whatsoever. But, you know, as far as using it to sell tanning bed subscriptions, all of that, this site just isn't going to do it. And, you know, that's why web developers exist. They have very specific training and professional skill sets that allow them to build sites that they know will convert. So I'm going to talk to them about that, and I'm going to tell them about the tools that they can use, like the Facebook Pixel Helper, to make sure that they get their Pixel installed properly. I'm going to tell them about Hootsuite. The basic package on Hootsuite allows you to do monitoring and stuff like that, so you can see if people are leaving reviews. What else? There's ways to get notifications in your email, so that way, you know, they can keep up to date with all of the reviews that are going on. You know, it just kind of depends on what that business needs, but you need to give them some tools that relate to the issues that they're having. If you're just going in there and telling them what's wrong, that's not real value. They probably know what's wrong. The video tool is going to be Filmora. I like that one. But there's a ton of apps that, like, seriously, there are a ton of video editor apps that you can recommend to them. I don't prefer to use the video editor apps myself, but for small businesses, they're the perfect solution to offer that business owner. Obviously, when you're running an agency, it's a little bit different. But again, if you're looking for that video tool that I'm referring to, it's called Filmora. A really, really cool tool. It's by Wondershare. So I'll type it in here really quick, so that way you can just see it. That's the name of the actual video editor tool that I first started off using. Obviously, I don't do my own video editing anymore because I'm not the best at it. I never said I was. And that's the best part, again, about all of this, is you don't have to be the best at everything. You just have to know how it works. And I recommend getting the practice doing it, because when it comes to hiring, it makes your job so much easier because you know exactly what to look for, right? All right, guys, so this is the end of the video. But before we get out of here, I'm going to do that giveaway. I want to, you know, kind of preface again that this is for the digital marketing mentorship program. So if you don't know about the mentorship program, let me just go to the site really quick. That'll just make it easier. I hope that was helpful for you guys, that little explanation there that I am using for that business that I'm talking to. Let me see. So, all right. Mentorship program, marketing agency Padawans at serialentrepreneur.academy. This link is in the description below. But the marketing agency Padawans mentorship group, basically what we do is we go into all kinds of different stuff: landing meetings with prospects, creating a pricing guide, scaling your agency, outsourcing, creating Facebook ads, sweats. So the concepts behind digital marketing, all of the big concepts: pay-per-click, email marketing, marketing strategy, web development, design. We're covering all of this stuff in the mentorship program over time. It's $100 a month. We're going to give away one free mentorship course every single week. So you guys make sure we do our live video every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like we're doing right now. I'm giving away one mentorship course every single week. All right. And this is a $100 value, absolutely free. So you guys definitely make sure you show back up. So I'm going to pick out one winner right now. Let me see what I want to ask for a specific Facebook question. Let me get back over to Facebook. I'm going to take this away so you guys can't cheat. Give me 1 second, though, and we'll get to this. Sheldon, you're welcome. Monowells, you're welcome. Derek, you're definitely welcome. Let me see what I want to talk about, or what question I want to ask. Let's see who's the smartest. Who's good at trivia here? Who likes to play trivia? Because that's the person who's probably going to win this, because they probably paid close attention like I told them to. Okay, so... Okay, I got a good one, and it's going to be an easy one. Okay, y'all ready? First person to answer it gets it. What percentage of female viewers did I say Instagram had? That's what I want to know. What percentage of female, and somebody even typed it in the chat earlier, so if you didn't see it, it's up there, but what percentage of Instagram users are female, at least in the US? Boom, Monowhales got it. Dang, look at them come in. 78 close, 68 though. Y'all were paying attention though. Look at all this. 80%. Chauncey, where were you at, bro? Chauncey said 80%. He said, nah, it's all women. All right, Monowhales. So what you need to do is actually send me a Facebook message on my business page, not my personal profile page, the business page. Let me show you. Yeah, lagging. I know. That's what I hate, man. That's a video game thing. I hear you. But right here, Get Social with Serial Entrepreneur. You can see that right here. Make sure you click this page right here. Send me a message at that business Facebook page, and I will send you your coupon for the mentorship group, so that way you can get in. But guys, I really appreciate everyone answering the question. And remember, next week, we're doing this again. We're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to do it every single week. We're giving away one mentorship program every single week. And again, this gives you access to 15 videos as soon as you get in. You get 4 free training sessions. Every single month you get live access to me. So, and here's what I will do. Here's what I will do. If you guys want to get in the mentorship program, let me get this up. I'm going to give you guys all 50% off your first month right now, if you want to get in. Okay. So you get $50 off your first month. It's not free, but if you want to get in it now and get access to all of the videos, because we, at some point we are going to remove them. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give you 50% off the video, or 50% off the marketing agency mentorship program right now. So let me pull up that link really quick, and I'm going to post it in the chat window for this video. Mentorship. Give me 1 sec, and I'll pull that up. All right. So I'm going to post this link here in the description. If you want 50% off your first month, you can click that link right there and get 50% off the mentorship program. Outside of that, if you want to wait and try your luck again next week, we're going to do this trivia style game just because I like to have fun with it. So we'll do a trivia style type of event. We'll give away one more mentorship course next week. But again, if you want to get in this group now and you want access to all of those videos, you want those 4 live trainings with me, you want more interactive training with me every single week, this is the, group to join. But outside of that, guys, I really appreciate everybody. Actually, let me do this before I jump out of here. We're going to make this, we're going to come back to me. Cool. All right, guys. So I really do appreciate all of you hopping on this live chat. It's always fun talking with you guys and getting to interact with you. I love it when you guys hop on this live. I need a haircut. Going to get a haircut this weekend. And I'm moving this weekend. Guys, I got so much going on. Life is just hectic right now, I'll tell you what. But Anyways, so we're going to get out of here. I hope you guys had some fun on this video. I hope you learned a lot. Make sure you show up next week so that way you can get access to the free course if you're the winner then. You can't win it more than once. I'm going to let you guys know that you're not allowed to win it more than once. So I'm sorry, but once you win it once, I'm going to keep record of that. You won't be able to win it again. But we're giving away one each week, and that means 4 weeks of free training, plus you get access to all the videos that we're gonna have uploaded in the course at that time. So thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. Y'all have a great night. Enjoy the NFL draft if you're watching that. If you have any other questions or concerns, again, my social links are in the description below. There's free training in the description below for Facebook ads, for starting a 6-figure business. There's all kinds of stuff in that description. So if you're looking for more help like this, just check that out. You'll get everything you need. All right, guys, I will talk to you on the next one. Serial Entrepreneur out. Later.